Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Leah Catherine, this is Leah Sees Movies, and we are back with the next episode of Young Justice. But first we have to go back to the old episode of Young Justice, which I liked a lot, because I did not watch the post-credit scene because I did not know it existed. But several of you informed me of its existence in the comments, so I'm going to catch back up on that right now. And it better be really important, otherwise this is just extra editing work for me. And I'll be a little bitter, like a little bit. Here it is.
Good news, sire. Tonight I found the anti-life equation.
Alright, that's a fairly important post-credit. I'll give you that. I see why you all told me to go back and watch it. I know that Darkseid wants the anti-life equation. I don't really remember what the name implies, you know, a lot of unaliving, you know, like antimatter, like I was controlling, I guess, the concept of life, or just killing people, which seems very simple. Like, is it a Thanos thing? Like, once I have the anti-life equation, I can kill anyone I want without even trying, kind of thing. In which case, I see why everyone gets mad about the, oh my gosh. Fake fan, don't actually know what the anti-life equation does. I just know that Darkseid wants it, but I'm assuming he can kill people with it and or control them with it. Because is that not the basis of every, like, supervillain type plan, is kill or control? I guess that means Violet is like the anti-life equation, because, you know, she spoke the language of the old gods or whatever the hell she did. But does that just mean this language contains the anti-life equation? Or is it just like no one can speak that language anymore, so like they had the equation but they could never translate it or something? Like, I feel like that, because obviously no one did any math in the last episode, so I feel like it's whatever language that Violet can speak. I feel like she's just going to be the translator for whatever parts of the equation they have. But she said I found the equation, not I found a translator, so that does dampen my theory a bit. But I guess we'll find out in this episode. Or we won't. Sometimes I skip things entirely. But we may find out in this episode. So with that, I'm going to stop talking. Let's get started.
It was a motley assortment who came to rescue Grayson Pierce in Mother Box. Clearly, Earth's various teams of heroes are cooperating more than they have revealed to the public.
So it has always been.
But Ultra Humanite should have already... Oh, no. Ultra Humanite would only know what the Doc knows, and the Doc doesn't know that much, because the League isn't telling words, thoughts. The League isn't telling the Outsiders everything.
And per the Light's traditions, that gives me first rights to her.
But also, that's confirmation that she does want... Ooh, that's dark. She does want Violet, which does not explain why she's got beef with Violet and Brion coupling up.
I know you haven't reported all you know about either Halo or Victor Stone. Explain yourself, girl.
I don't like that this gorilla isn't French. At least that just adds some fun to the whole smart gorilla thing.
On those people.
I mean, one of those people is my brother.
That's why those meta traffickers were able to grab you so easily.
Also, because I was like 12, and generally 12-year-olds are pretty easy to kidnap.
Because they're both developing situations. I'm still gathering intel.
That's just how children work. They're generally not known for their ability to fight off attackers.
Shut up! You're all gonna die. Street smarts.
You think those heroes are harmless? You've clearly forgotten how much Brion cared when he invited you to London, then went clubbing while you were being abducted. How much your parents cared when they did next to nothing to track you down afterwards.
Her parents do nothing to track her down? That seems unlikely.
The moment they fear they can't control you, they'll slap an inhibitor collar or a control chip on your neck.
Well, you can say what you want about the collar, but that side has never used the chip before on anyone. Whereas your side has, so that's just fake news.
Just in case.
His temperature spiked.
Also, if you got abducted while he was clubbing, that doesn't mean he doesn't care. He just wasn't present.
I recovered. Why is Dick in such a bad way?
You have meta powers.
His brain is swelling. Dr. J says we need ice to bring down his temperature.
Bruce got a tan.
But the three of us hope we're making a difference by inspiring young metas everywhere.
This Infinity Incorporated is poaching on the outsider's turf.
Influencer battle.
Is Grayson's father Bruce Wayne?
Look, can we talk about Gretchen? She's the reason Dick's, well, you know.
Dying and stuff.
You know she's got something else cooking. And I'm not talking about pancakes.
Oh boy. Can't see what amazing plan you're gonna come up with, Gar. Time for a really inspirational speech.
I'm in way over my head, Jeff.
I'm here for you. Anything you need.
Is everything... There's no change.
It's been 30 seconds.
It's a
Not
shame
Connor?
it takes something like this to bring everyone together.
Yeah. Shame.
But I hereby tender my resignation to the Justice League.
Since when are we working for the League?
We're not.
I want nothing to do with Batman Incorporated.
Oh yeah, they definitely established, like, episode 1. I saw that he had super beef with Batman, but...
Working together! Mr. I don't join teams. Grayson takes me on a rogue mission to Granny's house, where we're rescued by the co-chair of the Justice League and a Bat Family drone.
I was wondering why he was staring at the drone like that.
But of course it was really the 6 of you coordinating.
Who's that?
Batman didn't blindside Aquaman. You both planned it in advance.
Is that the new Robin? Does he always look like that in the face?
So you could break the law with impunity, while dragging me into it.
Yeah?
Everything's a lie. Badass Calder getting his bad ass kicked in Brooklyn.
I'm actually super happy.
Me. You have to manipulate these idealistic kids.
Be silent, my child.
I mean, you gotta give him credit for that. Because I was wondering, it really bothered me that Calder got his ass kicked like that. I'm glad that it's like, you know what, that is a red flag. You're better than that, and we all know it. Also, for Slade to be like, yeah, they're gonna put an inhibitor collar or a chip on you, and then she's being chipped by Dr. Jace, who's working with someone else on the light.
What's going on? I have good news, Violet. My mentor has found a cure for your condition. My condition? But they don't... It's all right. So I told them, and they're here to support you. Right, kids?
Yes, Dr. Jace.
I'm so glad you
Really? Oh. Violet, babe. Girl, you're kind of stupid. Yes, Dr. Jace. And she's like, yeah.
Even with your powers, you can't seem to take care of yourself. Look, kid, I got you away from your abductors, but we both need to make sure no one can ever hurt you like that again. So try harder! We were using bow staffs!
No cheating!
Now I've thrown him off his rhythm.
But in this world, it doesn't pay to fight fair. I'm so proud of you, Tara.
They've actually pretty effectively nailed that, like, abusive, manipulative relationship in just, like, 3 scenes. Which is very impressive. Did they like, start running out of money in these last couple episodes? Because this animation is, like, looking a little...
The Brooklyn Warbugs and the Reach ship were real threats. We just kind of teed it up for you guys.
We didn't need that. Look what we accomplished in Dublin.
We did that up for you.
And her dad.
The girl was McGann. Her dad was Bruce.
McGann! Outsiders is to be in the open. Give kids something that's theirs. You guys corrupted that.
Look,
Did
you
we?
don't like our methods.
You inspired people. You're trending. That's all you kind of really cared about.
That's different.
Not very. You wanted to go head-to-head with Lex and Granny in public. We were going head-to-head with the light behind the scenes.
Condiment King?
All yours.
And you broke your wrist. Fighting Condiment King.
I am not going to apologize for putting the mission first.
What good is the mission if we lose ourselves trying to fulfill it?
I think the person you're really angry with is me.
It's always best to be the person like, hey, redirect your anger to me, but also you can't because I'm kind of dying. And then that makes you the asshole.
remember.
Cerebral leash, please.
Cerebral leash.
No! Don't run! I've fulfilled my part of the bargain. I'm ready to depart with Brion and Tara as promised.
I feel like we're supposed to semi-care about Jace and be like, oh, she is trying to help Brion and Tara and the Markovs, but I don't like her. And manipulating this poor 6-month-old AI corpse teenager
For children in line. I
is not
admire
great.
that. Would you care to see what we have planned for this mother box?
Wait, what? They said your mother, and I'm like, not their, actual biological mother, right? Because that was the queen. But if she was their, actual mother the whole time? She could be, I don't know. I was talking, I'm not gonna lie to you. I missed some stuff.
What is this?
The pit of despair. And often use X-pits for discipline, correction, and to prepare a subject's brain for reprogramming. My dirty little secret is that the process is flawed and impermanent. I formulated a theory. It's a reflex. She can't help herself. She's activated her healing aura, but it doesn't seem to help.
So is it like she can torture a mother boss because it's corporeal?
Meaning she's the key to solving the anti-life equation.
Honestly, I kind of hate that it's framed as an equation because then I have to think about
They were
math.
trying to protect him.
He's an adult man. No one wants to be protected. Gar, I don't really care, but Jefferson is grown.
Want to be protected that way?
I wouldn't need to be.
I'm not a little bitch like the rest of you.
The 7 of us agreed. We had to fight fire with fire.
It's true, and I'm not absolving myself. But have you noticed your little Illuminati society is made up entirely of former proteges? Proteges accustomed to following your orders without question.
Facts.
Is out in space the mission or your mission?
I just feel like maybe you should ask these questions when the group was assembled and not way after the fact. What points were made?
Life minus free will equals anti-life. The formula must be
Killer control. Control.
another proof.
So Halo's organics make her the key to this anti-life equation.
With her connection to the source of life repolarized, I believe it does.
See, at least with Infinity Stones, I'm just like, yeah, magic stones with lots of power. Now we keep using mathematical words, we have proofs. I didn't like those in 10th grade, I don't like them now.
I only wanted to protect meine Kinder. I destroyed the old Tara, drowned her. Tara was reborn as a meta-human.
Oh, that's so much worse.
I had brought into this world.
See how I kept saying that she likes them in a real creepy way?
Brion is such a sweet boy at heart that manipulating him was child's play. And brought my son into this world. Tested negative for the meta gene.
So you just killed her.
So I put her to sleep with an
that was the
overdose of
flashback.
morphine. Gabrielle had been reborn as my daughter Violet.
Also, yeah, they were born a little different because they were metas, but how are you like, nah, this is a different person?
After learning the truth about Gabrielle and the spirit of the mother box within her, I began to suspect Violet might not be my child. The girl was some kind of sick joke. A corpse revivified by an alien machine. And worse, this thing was dating my son.
That's why she was so mad.
Anything to keep her dependent on me and drive a wedge between this pretender and my boy.
This isn't shocking, because hello. But whoo boy, the depth of the unhingedness. Kind of impressive.
For delivering this mother box girl up to him, he agreed to
The disgust in her face. This mother box girl.
continue my work, increasing the size of our family. I'm sorry about.
Also, and I'm totally guilty of this, but they really were like, yeah, she doesn't really identify as a female, and then like have called her a girl at every opportunity since. And I'm also guilty, but the show is like, we have made our attempt at non-binary representation, and we're never following up with it again.
Secrets can be such a burden, Helga.
Also, the fact that she immediately breaks out into Jorman once she starts getting real creepy.
Would you do absolutely anything for me?
Yes.
is the power of the equation. My master will have Halo, and through her, anti-life.
Good job, Tara.
Take this.
I still don't really understand. So, like, is Dr. Jace, like, the first successful use of the anti-life equation? Because she said that the mind control was only temporary, but then she was all like, such is the power of the anti-life equation. So is it because she tried to heal her in the X-Pit, so now she is fully compliant? I'm very confused.
Where's Helga?
Oh,
She
boy.
left a while ago with Violet in the Markovs.
Yeah, I don't blame her.
He's like, I'm so tired of hanging out with all these liars. Where's my girlfriend?
Where's Helga?
Bad news. Terrible news, in fact. Actually, predictable news. News literally anyone could have told you.
Turn this on. Turn it on!
I gave Tara an antidote chip before Jace could take her, so that the Markovs could believably break free on their own, keeping both exactly where we want them.
The galactic balance of power will shift irrevocably once Granny hands over this living key to the anti-life equation.
This can't be true.
I am sorry, but it is.
Helga.
Jace betrayed you. Betrayed us all.
I gotta get out of here.
He's about to be like, my powers don't work anymore, again.
Don't follow me!
Getting played worse than the teenagers. How embarrassing.
Missing variable in the anti-life equation. You'll find her a very wealthy.
Like, I kind of want them to make like a giant whiteboard or something. Oh. So they aren't actually the same
They
person.
betray each other at every turn. They cannot be trusted.
Because Metatron, Megatron was like, oh, Granny and whoever are the same but not. Is she a clone? I mean, they could just be like twins. I don't know. Aliens can have twins. Let me see if there's a post-credit. I didn't think there was a post-credit. We're all good in the hood. The description for this episode is the betrayals come fast and furious. Yeah, pretty much. I will say, no, have we mentioned the anti-life equation before in this season? Like, I think so. I really feel like it was like one time. So the fact that there's a post-credit last episode to be like, we have found the key to the anti-life equation, and it's only to set up this episode, which is all about the anti-life equation, and I'm still kind of feeling like a lot. This is gonna be a bitch to edit. The animation did look a little funky this episode, though. I don't know if that's going to continue throughout the rest of the season. You guys did say the little montages continue due to budget restraints. Yeah. Mein Kinder. Because when you want a character to be evil, you mix them German. It's not a good German accent, so I might just cut that later. I don't actually think it matters to understand. I was gonna go and like rewatch this, but you know what? I don't think it matters. I think it's just, yeah, the X-Pit is a repolarization and you reverse the polarity of the source of life, and now the anti-life equation is fulfilled and you can get rid of free will. Sure. All the lies have been revealed. As per usual, it always happens in one episode. Unlike season 1 though, because season 1 was all like, we've all been lying, and then everyone's like, power of friendship, I'm over it. I like that in this one, everyone's lies are revealed, and then they're actually still mad about it by the end of the episode. Mostly Jefferson, and it makes him look kind of clownish, because like, dude, get with the program. But there's still like tangible, long-term emotional repercussions, which I'm into. Also, I like that these reveals, even from people who are part of it, aka Oracle, it kind of like seeing his reaction made her go, you know what? I am realizing now that this little team we've assembled is made up out of people who are all reliant and or obedient to Batman, so that does make a weird vibe. And I like that kind of, you know, backwards reflection. I like that they're thinking about now what they've done and who these lies affect. Obviously, we still have Tara working with Deathstroke, which came in to save the day because Deathstroke is working with the Light, who it's like weird because the Light is working with Vandal Savage, who's kind of in this weird frenemy ship with Darkseid. So they know what Granny's doing, and they kind of aided her, but also undercut her because they don't completely want to lose to Darkseid, because if he masters the anti-life equation, they all lose their free will, and that's not what bad guys want. So on a three-dimensional chess game kind of level, very into that. Shock. Ah, Chase is the bad guy. I know we were all at the edge of our seats because we could not believe that this extremely trustworthy woman was up to something nefarious. Sponsored by Canada Dry Bold. I'm not sponsored, but if I was, I would hope it would be Canada Dry Bold. I love to talk about Canada Dry for money. But it was nice. I actually like how they fleshed out Tara and Deathstroke's relationship in this episode in a not creepy way, like in a not little girl in a baby doll pajama set with a grown man thing, because hate that. So glad they're kind of going more with a child being manipulated into a very abusive, parental figure. Ooh, didn't say it yet, but Gar finding out that everything the Outsiders has done has been set up and he's in fact not that great. And the only person he honestly went up against was the Condiment King, who he didn't lose against but did end up covered in ketchup and twisted his wrist. I think that's hilarious. Because it's just like, oh, you lied to us, blah, blah, blah. Like, this entire thing was a completely self-centered mission against Granny Goodness from the get-go. And you made it about inspiration, and you made it about meta-teens, but from the get, it was a one-on-one, I don't like this, and I don't like you, and I'm going to assemble all of my resources to fight and undermine you. It was a vengeance mission. It was never as morally good as we like to pretend it was, and that can really be said of the entire league, which is what Jefferson, I think, is having also now, as an adult man, to come to grips with. Yeah, him and Gar are kind of equally disillusioned, which is weird because one is an adult. But there is, still something to be said about making Batman realize that, yes, not everything is going to be in the moral purity zone, but also it can't all just be one person manipulating a bunch of other people to their own ends. As I think this would have been a really fun episode to watch, like, live and get to discuss with people and be like, how do you think the light and dark side are going to try to outmaneuver each other? Oh snap, there's actually two grannies. I thought they were one person, they're not, there's two. Is there a difference? Is that going to be used somehow? Is one of the grannies a clone? Is one a robot? What's going on? Also, what happened to all those trafficked meta-teens that were going, like, across the galaxy? Because we haven't really checked in with them. Like, at all, since the concept of trafficked meta-teens continues to be brought up, but it was like an intergalactic thing to the point where half of the Justice League was out in deep space and they haven't come back. And then the only time we met one of them, who wasn't like VR Wonder Woman, it was Clark, and it was about mining equipment for a super pit of despair machine. So, is she going to come back at some point? Are any of those children going to be rescued, saved, not blown up on behalf of their warlord owners? Like, it's not a dangling thread. It is an excuse for half of the Justice League to be gone. But I would like it to kind of come back. Maybe next episode it'd be kind of fun if it was all like light versus dark side subtly trying to undermine each other. But I don't feel like they would devote the majority of an episode to the bad guys, even though I actually do really want it. So if they're not going to devote a whole episode to that, then I would assume we're just going to do a little bit more digging into the fallout of the reveal of the League and the team and I keep wanting to call the interesting people the Outsiders and not like the annoying TikTok teens, but they're not. So the useful adult Outsiders, the team and the League, and how does that crush the morale of the teen Outsiders? Or does that make them go, hey, you know what, maybe our missions were a setup, but the thing we allegedly, purportedly set out to do of increasing team morale, inspiring other superhero teams, maybe we did functionally do that, and now we can just move on to actually being like good superheroes and not like good influencers. That would be a really, really appreciated kind of moment of reflection for me if that happened, because I'm just kind of sick of them like checking their stats and like if they're trending or not, or ugh. It's like the worst part of The Boys, not worst to watch, but like the part that makes The Boys so frustrating is when you watch it and you're like, oh god, all these superheroes, and all Homelander can talk about it's like, what are my ratings like? What are my approval ratings at? And like the good guys here unironically doing the exact same thing. So I hope we have our like, hey, I just want to be a good hero. I don't want to say I want to inspire people for good views. I want to just like help people genuinely. So yeah, that probably won't get that next episode. It's just something that I would want by the end of the season, I guess. If we're gonna spend even more time with them next year, I'd like to have that come to Jesus moment. Yeah, I think that's all I have, but thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, comment, etc. All those good things that make me very, very happy. If you don't want to do any of that, but you've watched all the way to the end of this video, thank you. I still really, really appreciate you. You can follow me on the Bird app at Leah Sees Movies, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace!